It's just so funny, Roisin. And this is just entirely your creation. I mean, I think you said once that this was all inside your head and you're sitting at home in your PJs and it all comes together suddenly. And that's sort of what GameFace is. Is it slightly like your own life?
There's tiny parts, but it's a work of fiction. It is a construct, you know, like you have to tightly construct, you know, script points and stuff. So it's not, you know, your life doesn't fall together like that. So it's not, you know, fundamentally it's a work of fiction. There's beats, so Marcella is my middle name.
Yes.
But I wasn't an actress.
So there's a closeness, but not too close.
No, because the first series, it's sort of come out and it's done okay, you sort of have that sort of confidence where when you've got the, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't write, you know, that you've got proof that you can. And also having the characters, you know how to write for them better because you know their cadences and how they talk. But yeah, it's always awful. It's horrible. You sit there talking to yourself in cafes or, you know, sit with my exec producer just sort of going, I don't want to do it, I can't do it. It's quite, you know, and then I love it as well. And then sometimes in the middle of the night, you get to write half a script in like an hour. It's sort of waiting for rain,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it swings around a bit. It's stressful because you are at the helm, you are in charge of everything. So it's all sort of on your back, I guess. You do feel that.
Yeah, you know, I've got a brilliant team and you know, brilliant director and producer and exec and people, you know, are supporting me, but it is, you know, it's your face on the screen at the end and, you know, kind of, and you're writing for, you know, actors and stuff and you want them to feel like they're doing roles that they enjoy doing. And you just want the audience, you're always writing with the audience in mind, like how do they feel when they're watching this?
There have been a lot of comparisons to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, obviously.
Obviously, I think Fleabag's wonderful. It's a masterpiece. I think she's phenomenal talent. And so, you know, the comparison isn't unflattering, but I think it's how we discuss women's work. And if we only ever frame it as to the last woman they saw on screen, we sort of, it becomes reductive and we don't know how to discuss women's work or their lives or, you know, it's like, oh, they're like that woman or that's like this, it's Singleton, hot mess. It's like the language around how we discuss women's work.
It's getting more women, I think, onto the panel shows as well. You've done a lot of those in your time as well. You know all about them, Martian. I think there needs to be a bit more of that.
There's got a lot, that has got a lot better. I think there still needs to be more hosting of them and I think, you know, late night shows, you know, there could be women hosting those. I think they let us on the day, you know, kind of, you know, but it's a real thing. And I think, you know, there's not, like, we don't turn into gremlins. Like, do you run off here at 7? Like, I can't work after dark. You know, it's sort of...
Sometimes, but yeah, mostly, yeah.
It's just representation and women, you know, different colour and ages and stuff like that. And Clark, you're just making sure that the world we live in is represented and, you know, able-bodied. You just want to see the world that you live in reflected back at you, you know, on screen.
Of course, it's a powerful tool. Who do you find funny? Like, who, if you had time at home to sit and watch something that makes you giggle, who is that?
I mean, that's a terrible thing to ask a comedian.
Like, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, monster. There's so many. I'm friends with... The beauty of my job and the biggest boast I would have of being a comedian is I'm friends with some of the funniest people in the world. And so even if you're going through the worst problem or the worst, you can phone some great minds who reframe it into a brilliant comedy. And so that's a real blessing. So to name one would be, you know, all of my friends are who are comedians are extraordinarily funny. And so... yeah, I enjoy, like, I couldn't just name one.
And, of course, working alongside Ricky Gervais and Afterlife.
Amazing. The response to it, because it's about grief, was quite overwhelming, actually. I was only in, like, a couple of episodes, and the amount of emails I got, you know, people sort of saying, you know, telling me about their grief and why it was the only show they could watch and stuff, I think was... yeah, it was really moving.
Yeah, no, it's such an incredible series. But back to GameFace is on tonight.
Yes.
Channel 4, 10 p.m. Will Marcella ever get her driving test? That's what we're all asking, but we'll have to watch and find out, obviously. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
And
Thank you.